right. Hello out there. Okay. Um Today is day 3 of the new protocol that I've set up for my brother, and there's some good things that are happening, but now I'm a little worried because of maybe something that may have happened today, and I'm I'm a little worried about his resilience and his emotional intelligence. Now, um I've been recording, some updates about my brother and about my thoughts on mental health and the fact that I am a biohacker and I've been doing this for 10 years for myself. And I've come into being a caregiver for my brother. And there's so many things I want for him. And I think I've talked about this before about me having expectations, even though that's totally um I mean, we can't help but to feel these things, right? To have a hope or an expectation for people, right? I mean, I don't think I've ever concealed it that I'm super hopeful that my brother can get to a place in his mental health that he can truly take care of himself and learn to manage this. But he's been through a lot, and while I'm trying to physically help him, I'm hoping that he really can find a way to get to therapy. And he's agreed to go to therapy, but something I've had to explain to my mother is that he is exhibiting physical anxiety. And most people who have dealt with people who or had an anxiety attack, that there are some physical things that your body is going into some kind of state of shock. Okay. And I recognize that in him when it happens. So I can't force him, but at the same time, I'm trying to get him mentally to a place where if he is feeling anxiety or disappointment or any really strong emotion that is negative or what we consider negative, um, that he can learn to manage it and not lash out or not do something that's harmful to himself, you know? Hmm. And it's my hope that I will provide him with tools to be able to help him. And like I said, physically, um, he's healthy. He needs, and this is what I told him this morning when I stopped by, that brain food is what he really needs and the nourishment that comes with that. And a lot of people don't realize that there are certain foods that are nourishing to our brains, like health, so that the things that need to happen in our brain can happen smoothly. It won't take over us physically in our, abilities. Like I said, anxiety can have a physical manifestation. And I'm just concerned that something might happen before um, he is able to learn how to do this on his own, you know? But let me go back over the protocol again. So I've realized that he needs a lots of protein, and not just meat, but he needs a plant-based protein. And so I've made him a week's worth of smoothies with tofu as the base. He says he likes strawberries, so it's strawberries, tofu, milk. That's the that's basically the smoothie. And I've also added in some amino acids that are super helpful. One that I've been using probably about maybe about 2 weeks at this point. That is L-theanine. So L-theanine is something that helps, like, gives us a better opportunity to really adjust our moods rather than to react, you know? And L-theanine, like, let's see, L-theanine is normally in green tea. And we as humans can't make it in our body. So here we go. So yeah. So I've been putting some, the amino acids in. There's 2 in there in his smoothies right now. And I did tell him about it. So if there's anybody out there saying you're doing, like, no, he knows about it. He knows about it. And because he was complaining, I was giving it to him in not tablet form, capsule form, and he didn't like all the illusion of all the pills. And really, his medications, there's only 3 that he takes. But I was giving him other supplements, and when sometimes he gets upset and then he's like, I got to take all this medicine, so it's in his smoothie now. But yeah, so I've been seeing some great results in him in the last few days, and he's seeing it too. And that's what I wanted to let him know, that these things are the things that are helping him, and he has to keep doing it. But, mental illness is very elusive. And I've put that in a video already, where just when a person might be feeling better, then they start doing the other things that will end up having them dip down again. And that's the tricky part of mental illness. So he's, like I said, this morning he was totally fine. Apparently he tried to call me in the middle of the day while I was at work, and I didn't see the call. And he didn't leave a message because he doesn't know how to do tech. And that's another issue that I'm worried about right now. Like, he doesn't know how to work technology very well. And I tried to make his new phone, as easy as possible for him to operate. Um, but like I said, he called, and then I tried to call him back later this afternoon. He didn't answer. Um, but at least he didn't turn the phone off, I could tell. Okay. Um, so something happened, and by the time I got back to the apartment, I can see, and I always look for certain things. And so I see certain things that lead me to believe something upset him. And he, I don't know, so I guess the one thing I can think of is when he did come back to the apartment, was he said that he got locked out. And we have a system on our phones. And that's another reason why he has, a new phone, a system on his phone. And I asked him about it, and I can already tell he was, having, a not so good mood right now. And that's concerning to me, because I really want him to make sure he's still taking these smoothies, and not, um, because, yeah, that's my biggest concern right now. It's like, yes, I'm not saying don't be mad, don't be upset, because he's been through some stuff, so I would have to take a very long time to explain the things he's been through, and they're legitimate, okay? And I just want him to realize that he's in a safe place now. His feelings are valid. For the most part, I apologize. I'm hoping I made sure he took his evening medication before I left the apartment. And I'm hoping that his mood changes in the next hour or two before he goes to sleep. And hopefully in the morning, he'll be in a better place. Um, the one benefit sometimes with this right now with him is that he has a short-term memory. And maybe that's another reason why he got upset, is that I have put things in place for him if he says he got locked out. And that's what I told him. I reminded him. It's like, oh, I put the thing here into this place. And he, again, may have just forgotten again. So I kind of have to, I feel like I need to just put things, like, very obvious for him. He gets frustrated with this tech, you know, and he'll throw things away. That's what he did to his last phone. He threw it away. So I'm worried. That, legitly worried about those kind of things when he gets upset. And then he'll regret it later. And yeah, it turns into a big kind of mess. So day 3, I'm hoping this morning he was fine. Like I said, I saw him around about 6:30ish, 6:45 on my way to work. Um, so I saw him then, and I, made sure that he was taking in his medication. And I was making sure he was, in good spirits, and he was. He was in good spirits. And yeah, so this evening though, I'm just, like I said, I'm a little concerned. I'm hoping that he'll drink his smoothie because it has the things that will help his brain. It has the things that'll help him with his mood. You know what I mean? So this is where, if he was a child, I, make him do it, but I can't make him do it. So this is where out in the world where mental wellness and healing, it gets real and very concerning. So I just hope that he feels better in the morning emotionally, and I hope that he takes his smoothies tonight. Okay? With that I say, take care.